After learning the single-player game, you'll now be ready to play Gem 2 the game competitively. The two-player and team game is a deeper and multifaceted version of singles. With its added features and competitiveness, you will find that the bar has been raised significantly. The addition of an optional move timer will add an urgency to completing and maximizing your moves prior to your opponent being awarded the remainder of your turn, if the time clock should run out. We'll start by looking at the two-person and team game board setup and scorecard. The first thing you'll notice is the players are sitting opposite of each other and the game pieces have been placed in certain areas of the board. The two-player and team game will have a total of 6 rounds, so each player or team will have the ability to deal 3 times. All of the rules of the single-player version are the same, but now a few of them have been enhanced for competitive purposes. The implementation of being able to call penalties against your opponents, along with the ability to bet on your own card runs before you start each move, is crucial. The degree of skills that you've learned in the single-player version will undoubtedly determine the winner of the two-player and team version. If the players decide to use the optional move timer, they can choose a time limit of either 2 minutes, 90 seconds, or 1 minute to complete their moves. If the timer goes off on either player in the middle of their moves, their opponent will be awarded any other moves that might have been left on the board. That opponent will then be given a new time period to complete those turns before taking their regular turn. Each player will start the game with 2 jewels in their jewel boxes, one placed under the word penalty jewel and the other under the word betting jewel. There is also a larger player turn jewel for this game. I'll be the dealer and be on the green side. For that reason, the player's turn jewel is placed in the red player's turn circle. In the two-person and team games, only the dealer or the dealing team will receive dealer points. Since the dealer will be rotated among opponents, each player or team will put a slash through the dealer point boxes that do not apply to them. The dealer for rounds 1, 3, and 5 will put slashes through rounds 2, 4, and 6. And the dealer for rounds 2, 4, and 6 will put slashes through rounds 1, 3, and 5. Dealer points in the two-person and teams game will now range from 0 to 100 points. The 100 points are the highest number of points that could ever be earned in Gem 2 the game. Players or teams will now earn 5 points for every card they've taken off the board during each round. These are called player points. An example would be if a player removes 20 cards from the board during the round, they would receive 100 player points. Players will also be able to score card run betting points by betting on themselves to obtain card runs before they start each move. After the most recent 4 cards have been laid out on the board, and before you start your moves, the moving player has the option of betting on themselves as to whether they will obtain either 5 or 10 card runs. By analyzing the layout of all the cards on the board, players will attempt to determine how many cards will be taken off the board before actually taking them. If a moving player feels that they will be securing a 5 or 10 card run, they will then take their betting jewel and place it in the applicable betting circle. If that player bets on a 5 card run and obtains it, the player will receive 25 card run betting points. If that player bets on a 10 card run and they obtain it, the player will receive 100 card run betting points. Each time a player wins a card run bet, they will have their betting jewel returned to them. If the betting player doesn't obtain their 5 card run, the opposing player will receive the 25 points along with the failed player's jewel. If the player does not obtain their 10 card run, the opposing player will receive 50 points along with the failed player's betting jewel. Players can only call bets if they are holding betting jewels. All points will be inserted in the card run betting box of the applicable player's scorecard as soon as they are won. In Gem 2 the game, inevitably, the players will accidentally make illegal moves. After these moves are made, their opponent can call penalties against them. To call a penalty, the caller must take the penalty jewel from their jewel box and put it in the penalty oval while saying penalty and explaining what the penalty was. The 5 penalties are the pass turn penalty, 5 points, the wrong move penalty, 25 points, the missed move penalty, 25 points, the incorrect card dealing penalty, 25 points, and the last round Fort X penalty, 100 points. If the penalty caller called an incorrect penalty, their opponent will receive the applicable points that would have been applied to that specific penalty. The opponent will also receive the failed penalty jewel, which was placed in the penalty oval. Players can only call penalties if they are holding penalty jewels. Please look at the direction booklet to understand the exact definition of each penalty.